Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be going through the Brisbane vs Melbourne Stars BBL opener game review with SuperCoach and how sort of players did, etc., their roles, and how, this game sort of was sort of a teaser into some of the roles, but also with Brisbane having so many moving parts and the triple game week and stuff, and even the washout that we saw last night, because this is recorded on a Sunday, how that all eventuated into what happened or occurred on the, on the Thursday night it was, because the Sixers was on the Friday, and then the washout Saturday night. So, so before we get into this video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into the video. So, as you can see here, I have the scoreboard up here, and if I quickly just do something or other like this, I can do this. And then I can also go to BBL games, and I will have it set up in this manner so that we can have the players and their scores, and then you should be able to see it. And if I actually just quickly move my camera over to that side for you guys, then you can see it a little bit better, as I won't really, if I just check here, I won't really be needing my camera too much on the other side. So it's probably better on that side, to be honest with you. So there we go. So first off, as you can see, Munro, man of the match, 134. He sort of dominated. There was some VCs, as you can see with me. I had the VC and the captain on there, so stuffed that organisation up, I guess. But yeah, still, Munro was absolutely brilliant. I'm pretty sure he got dropped twice by Tom Rogers, which is obviously how sort of batsmen can get that dud score. If we look at the likes of Tom Rogers himself, if we go back here, you can see he took a catch in the end to save his one with the bat, but you can see Stoinis, Coultonale got a wicket to save himself there, but Stoinis, Rogers, Dawson, Mir, Olustone and Harper all failing with the bat, all their known discipline, meaning that they just failed overall and scoring wise, and that's how you get those massive fluctuations. So if we look at the game here and go through the Heat's batting innings, you can see Kawaja got off to a decent start, 28 off 19. That would have gotten him, 43 points, I believe, 43, and then plus the 10 that he got for a catch, which we'll see later, got him the points. Glenn Maxwell got a wicket there, caught Tom Rogers, which was I forgot how he got out in the end, but certainly I think it was a decent take. From memory, but I'm more thinking about the Colin Munro drop off of Maxwell from Rogers. But anyway, so yeah, Kawaja got him out. I think it was caught deep mid wicket, I want to say. Munro, as you can see, 99, 61 balls, 9-5, and he got that max strike rate bonus, which was huge. One run would have actually equated to another 10 for the 100 bonus, which would have been annoying, and he would have had, I think, a couple balls to get that as well, because I believe 100 off 63 still gets him that, 100 off 62, let's check that out. 100 off 62 would have gotten him the max 160 plus strike rate bonus, so he had a ball to spare of just needing one, or I believe 101 off 63 would have got it done as well. So that would have just got it done by like a 0.03% or whatever. So he had some spare room to go of just 2 off 2 or 1 off 1 to get there to still max out the strike rate bonus. But yeah, just showing that batters, when they get on a roll, once they get past 20 is when you really start to cash in as a with the SuperCoach model for batters strike rate bonus. That 20 marker is huge, and Munro getting over it, it was nerve-wracking first up, but he got over it, and that's all that really mattered. And he got to 99 in the end, missed out on 100 because Maxi Bryant decided to face the last 3 balls and hit them away for, I believe, 3 straight boundaries, but job done there for Munro, man of the match performance. And ended up with 134, and yeah, I think he needed a catch to get his break even for the 3 games overall already done. But now that we know that he's had a washout, he is in profit now. And like, if we look here quickly, you'll see what I mean. I believe, he needed break even. He needed two, but 2 catches to get over the marker, or one more run and a catch, and he would have got over the marker. But yeah, still really happy. And now that we know of the washout, then Munro is going to be in profit. I suspect he's probably going to 101 break even for 2 games, which means he's already 33 in profit, which should see him rise up, to around about that 165. But if he has another good game, for some reason, if he grabs another 130 here, we could see him really jump up. And I'm not saying he's going to get another 130, but another 130 would see him rise probably another 28-30k towards that 190k. And Munro alone could get me too short with my spare cash. So that would be the ultimate play, is Munro jumping highly out of the blocks to get to the 105, to get up to short, who now we know will be paying full price for, which I don't really necessarily mind too much. But anyway, Marnus doesn't really matter in the long run with Supercoach, but he got 30 off 23. What's that in the end? 40 points. He would have added a catch, I'm guessing. Probably no catches there, so just a straight 40 for him. Sam Billings was 1 shot away from the bonus, which would have been an absolute steal for him. That would have got him 45 points in general if that shot had landed for 2, and 45 plus the catch, he would have gotten 55, and 55 for a keeper is really good. But that 2 runs cost 27 points in the end. And then Maxi Bryant, 15 off 7, just 15 points. I think he added a catch in the field, I want to say. Yeah, you can see here, catch in the field to get up to 25. Talking about bowlers, Ollie Stone looked alright, good and alright early, and then he faded away quite massively in the last couple. I believe he had something like none for 10 after 2 or something, and just went for it in the last sort of 2 overs that he bowled as Colin Munro. And I don't know if he necessarily bowled the last over. Let me just check. No, Paris bowled the last over. He bowled, as you can see here, Munro just got on to him, and Billings in general. That his last over, what was that last over there? You can see here that last over that he bowled went for 19, so half of his runs in that last over, and that killed his bonuses. He would have been on just over the Sixers bonus for economy rate. If I just check here, he would have been in the 10-point economy rate bonus section, and he would have dropped out massively. So he ended up with 5. He would have been probably on, I'm going to say, 13 at the time going into the last over, and he bowled a wide as well as bowling 2 dot balls and going for 19, as we said. So he dropped out of that bonus, but he looked all right. If Munro wasn't there, I think he'd be fine. He'd be a decent option going into their double. But I don't know around his availabilities with Ralph, etc. Paris, 4 overs, 1 for 46. He just got absolutely carted around. Picked up the wicket of Marnus, but I mean, that was them just slogging at the end. Maxwell, 3 overs, 1 for 44. Obviously, we know the injury, but it should be not that impactful on Supercoach, as he's so highly owned that it's not many people anti-potted him. And in the end, he only plays 1 match until he's going to be back, I suspect, on the 23rd. I mean, that is still, 13 days away? So on Saturday in a couple of weeks' time, almost in a fortnight on Saturday. So he'll be back then, I suspect. He was also almost actually going to play the next game. So it's a matter of fact that he has another, 10 days to rest from their next game. I think he'll be fine. Nathan Coulter, 4 overs, 1 for 36, 1 for 35. He's out till to mid-January, it sounds like, or early Jan, and that'll probably progress into a season-out injury. I believe his calf. So there's that. Isman Mir, I thought he actually was all right. I mean, it's just a spinner with a short straight boundary. You're always going to get donked. And he bowled probably a little bit too full, but first game in Australia, it's from what I can see, and I think he'll be fine, and one to look at for potentially their double, but we'll wait and see on that one. Then you have Liam Dawson, and he just wasn't on it today. On the Thursday, 3 overs, number 25, 3 dot balls. And that's pretty much all he contributed. As we look here with the bat, he got 7 runs, but that's negligible. Moving on to the stars, and this will probably be really quick. Tommy Rogers, shocker, got out to Billings. Nessa caught Billings. Was that in the second or third over as we look here? Yes, first over he contributed, And yeah, Harper as well. That review was crucial. Looked out anyway live and was smashing into leg stump the LBW, even though it was given not out live. They did a review, and that's when I put up the tweet about successful reviews should just be given 5 spare SuperCoach points just because. But yeah, Tommy Rogers and Harper both fails, and didn't like the Harper pick anyway for those guys that went for it. And it shows sort of now that Harper didn't do the best. Joe Burns, 22 off 23, just not a short form player pretty much, and I think they need to be moving on and probably playing Campbell Kellaway or someone else in that role there, as he's just not suited. Maxwell, 23 off 14, got out 2 sweeps, and they started the rot of Swepo doing really well. We'll get to him in the bowling segment of this innings, but yeah, 23 off 14 for Maxi. At least he got the max strike rate bonus in 23, so he ended up 73, which should see him go up, I would suspect, 7 or so K, nothing much, but it should set him up in good stead. I mean, we're going to be holding him pretty much the whole way, but I mean, Maxwell, as you can see here, 73 points, break even of 77, so that'll go down to 38.5, 39, say, give it 39, and 39 plus 34 in total on his break even. Should see him rise. As you can see here, 700 for a 3 difference. They rise roughly 250 cash per point over their break even, and he is 34 points over his break even, which if I just bring out the calculator out, that should see him rise 8.5k, give or take, with the magic number. I want to see at the end of the round how that sort of flows out. If it is around 250, then we have a good projection there. Anyway, so there's that. Cartwright, as we see, we'll get down here in a second. Stoinis didn't like the pick, didn't bowl. Knew he wasn't going to bowl when you looked at the lineup here, as you can see. Coulter, Stone, Paris, Mir, Dawson, that's 5 already. Maxwell makes it 6. And Cartwright could have potentially even bowled, but I don't think he bowls anymore. So there were 6 guys there. You're always going into a T20 with 4 or 5 main bowlers and 2 sort of all-rounders, and that's sort of what you got with the Stars lineup. Marcus Stoinis may bowl in their second game, given that Glenn Maxwell is out, but you may see guys manoeuvre around, and they may just go with 5 guys up front, the 5 main bowlers up front, and stick with that. But you could see Stoinis get an over or 2 in their next game. Cartwright, 33 off 16, did the job, got the strike rate bonus max. I really do think there should be like a special bonus for like 200 strike rate or something ridiculous, because when you get that, you've really smashed the ball around. But obviously 160 is a massive bonus in itself. But yeah, 33 off 16 for him, 2 4s, 3 6s for a 206 strike rate. Got the 25 bonus points there, and ended up with what, 63 did we say? 68. He got a catch in the end there, as you can see, and that really helped him out. Liam Dawson, 7 off 10, as we said, just had a shocker. All these bowlers basically had a shocker and were negligible, and that's why they pretty much sucked. And Stars are going to be a hard one to pick this year, as I don't really like any of their options. Their bowlers are manoeuvring around. We like bowlers more, so it'll be weird to see who I go for in the round 3 double, is it? It's probably going to be Mir, Maxwell, and probably only one more guy. It will probably Ralph, to be honest, if he is there. I think he is there for the double. So it'll probably be Ralph, and then swap, and then get rid of those Stars guys for the Thunder guys. But heading into the Brisbane Heat bowling effort, and Michael Nessa would have loved to have seen him get 4 overs, but 3 overs, 2 for 30 is fine. 8 dot balls, got credited for 7 because of the leg buys that occur. They don't give a dot ball bonus for leg buys, which is a little bit weird, but anyway. Xavier Bartlett, 3 overs, 2 for 8. He was huge. He ended up, I think, 75 off just this effort alone, off just bowling, which just shows that, I mean, he bowled 3 overs and obviously had a really, really good game, but to make 75 with the bat alone is really hard. You basically need a 50, and to have 3 overs, what was it, 2 for 8? 2 for 8, I think, is a lot easier to get to 75 points than to get a 50 with the bat. So yeah, he really just showed why Bartlett was the better choice. Spencer Johnson, 2 overs, 1 for 25. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see him get rested potentially in the last game of the round, or the last Brisbane game, I should say, as he has been worrying a little bit with stuff, but they didn't have to play in Adelaide last night, so there may be reprieve there. Swepo, 3 for 23, 93 points or whatever. Highest score output that he's had in the game since BBL 09. Just wouldn't look too much into it just yet. Obviously, if he comes out and scores another 90, and he breaks his break even by 110, then obviously I'll be annoyed, as that'll be potentially a 30k rise, which will be the big cash cow that we miss. And it may almost mean that you get Swepson. Well, he does have a bye leading into that, so that's not really the best option. But if Swepson, if you play one game, if he's got like a minus 60 break even or something like that, something stupid, you might have to grab him up just because of that. Because even a 20 would get you another 20k or something like that. Kuhneman, 1 for 17 off 3, just got that economy rate bonus. He was the better pick over Paul Walter, as you see. Walter only 1 over, 1 for 7. I think Walter is more of the back end type of guy. I think you probably would have seen, if we would have finished this out, Swepson would have finished his over, leaving 4 to go. And I think you probably would have seen Nessa, Bartlett, and potentially 2 from Walter, or Johnson another one, and Walter another one there. I think Walter is still going to get 2 to 3 in the side as that sort of 6th bowling option, as he'll sort of, I think him and the spinners will make up 8 or potentially 9 of the overs, and you'll see Bartlett or Johnson bowl 3. I think the only guy you can basically genuinely say is going to get 4 every week is going to be Nessa at the moment. I think Bartlett will most likely get 4, and Johnson I think will most likely get 4 most games. But I don't think every game they'll get 4. Like Nessa should be planning on getting 4 every game. But anyway, that pretty much is the review of the game between the Brisbane Heats and the Melbourne Stars, and which ended up being a Brisbane Heat smashing of the Melbourne Stars. A 103 run victory in game 1, which sort of it again accentuates the run that the Melbourne Stars have had in opening games, where they just get absolutely flogged. I think this is the 3rd or 4th straight 100-run or big loss that they've had in their opening game, or potentially even the opening game of the Big Bash season. So anyway, that is the video, and I'll see you guys back here for the Sixers versus Renegades review. Anyway, bye guys.